Welcome to Dean Collins inspired rhythms in Balboa.
Alright, I'm Jenn.
I'm Shawn Hershey.
So we're going to show you a couple of things within Bal-Swing that we used to create some variations.
Should we tell them we made these up yesterday?
We did make these up yesterday.
Okay, we're going to demonstrate first?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Cool. And then you can do it on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is very difficult. We worked on it a long time yesterday, starting really slow and ramping up the tempo.
Yeah, so essentially we're just adding an interesting rhythm into an out and in. And we discovered that it's actually a little nicer if we kind of do it one person at a time. So we're alternating sides.
And so then the second rhythm we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can do it while Jen does the basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I could do the basic rhythm while Jen does the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool.
So you can see that both of these variations are actually individual stylings, but we can be inspired to do it together or with a partner. That's the same thing. Together as with a partner is the same.
So we got this from the Dean Collins Shim Sham, which we learned recently, and Jen said, hey, what can we steal from that and put into Balboa?
Yeah. So let's social dance it.
We were going to show it to the solo for sure.
Yeah.
So we got it from the first break that they do in the Dean Collins Shim Sham. I'll do it this way and she'll do it facing the camera.
So the rhythms are actually a little bit different on many of the breaks. So it's the one in the very first part.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They don't actually do that twice, but we were doing it twice just to demonstrate it.
Yeah.
Now we're going to dance to music.
Yeah, let's get to the music.
I'm doing the killing time pose.
Thank goodness.
Maybe you're going to edit this video, maybe you're not, I don't know.
I think probably not, just for the comedy factor. That we took this from.
We're doing this super high tech. We're gonna hold this laptop in front of the camera. So if you go to YouTube and you type in Dean Collins Shim Sham, you can find Bartolo, is that how you say his name? And Dean Collins doing the Shim Sham. And here's them doing that particular break. Cool.
Yeah, so it's at around 7 seconds if you're wanting to look at the reference video, and we can put that in the comments. Some of the things that I really like about this break, which is why we were inspired to think of some ways of putting it in, I really love how they hit a step and then like have sort of like this really firm step in and then like almost a relax with a slide backwards, and that was really inspiring to me. There are also like some really beautiful ways of moving their body with this sort of kickball change rhythm that I thought was really beautiful.
They also roll really nicely through their feet, so the 4, 5, and 6, you can see their feet rolling in a very beautiful way. Yeah, and I particularly like, as Jen said, that nice smooth explosion. And it's on 2 and 4, so it's hitting the even beats, which is nice.
Yeah, and it's something that we don't often do purposefully. We can be very inspired by the music, but it was a cool exercise to think of an interesting rhythm and some interesting ways of accenting that rhythm to try to bring it into Bal-Swing.
Cool. Did we want to break down slowly the footwork?
Yeah, let's do it. So let's do the out and in part first. So for follows, let's say we're doing it on the right foot. We're going to be starting that rhythm on 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So the first step doesn't really have too much weight on it. I don't want to step all the way down. 8, 1, 2, 3, and so that you end up having that kind of in and moving forward feeling. So together, to counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want to show it on the other side first?
Sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a lot of steps in a short amount of time.
Yes.
I've been finding that playing around with this variation has been very difficult to get, but once I started getting it, it then opened up a bunch of other variations that were inspired by this one.
Let's just briefly show you the counts if it's going to be on the other side.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6, a 7, 8. So we're just starting on at 4, 5, a 6, a 7, and then we have a hold in on 8. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. I'm not rolling through my feet as much as I'd like to. When we were practicing it before, sometimes I was getting that and sometimes I wasn't.
Yeah. Good.
The next thing? Or?
Yeah, let's go into the next thing. So we did this starting with a prep down a little bit on 3 and then stepping back and sliding a little bit on 4.
So I can do it led if I push off Jen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out. And then we keep going into the basic. 1, 2, 3, push. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, push. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, push. 5, 6, 7, 8.
So a couple of things that help me if this is being led is there is a little bit of a tone change, but I would say it's actually mostly the push off the floor that you're doing on your left foot on 3. That's the indication to me that there's going to be a slow. So there's like an intentional slow movement of the body, and that will allow me to know that there's a chiming change. One of the other reasons why I really like this as a lead variation is because it teaches us as dancers to really be listening to the connection. And for follows, it's really a nice exercise because it makes us really have to be slightly behind the lead. So we can end up playing with that as an exercise as well as a cool move.
So another random tidbit of information is there's an app called Anytune, Anytune. I'm a trumpet player, and it's a tune specifically for people transcribing music. But we started using it for dance, for doing speed work training. Because what you can do is you can set a start point and an end point, and you can put it on a loop, and you can turn the trainer on, and the trainer starts at 50% the speed and goes up to 100% of the speed every time it repeats. So it was a particularly nifty way to practice this move very slow and then ramp up the tempo and until we were comfortable at faster tempos.
Yeah. Could we show it once where we do where it's an individual variation for the second one?
Oh yeah, sure.
I think it's kind of cool. So, so if the leader does this without me doing the same rhythm with them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, and of course the follows can also do this independently. So the main thing for me is that I just have to have a really super relaxed frame for my partner if I don't want them to change the rhythm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I messed up the rhythm. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. So it's kind of a cool way of just playing around with led variations versus independent variations and whether or not you're trying to get your partner to feel it.
One bonus rhythm, you can do that one as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. I didn't have to add all that moving around stuff, but it feels natural. I'll try to do it without rotating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. It does feel nice with some rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It has fewer moments of suspension though, so we thought it looked less interesting than the other one.
Yeah. So hopefully you found this useful. It was just sort of walking you through a couple of different variations, but more also exploring this process of being able to take a vintage clip or a solo jazz interesting rhythm, anything like that, and put it into your dancing.
Word. I don't know, is that the perfect ending?
It's the perfect ending. Let's end it here.